And the reason that she loved him was the reason I loved him too.
We made it. That's right. It's Friday, and yeah, I say we made it, but we've lost a lot of people lately. Yeah, I just lost David Crosby. Last week I talked about Lisa Marie Presley. I think just before that there was Jeff Beck. Just a whole lot of sad going on. Personally, our family lost our dog Charlie this past week. That was a rough one. I posted about that. This house is now officially dogless too. I don't know if you know what that means. I'll tell you. It means more vacuuming. I mean, just today, getting my coffee and walking down here, I was like, that's a chip on the floor. How did a chip get on the floor? Chips never reach the floor, it seemed. This funny and sad at the same time has happened already. I was clearing the table after dinner, getting everything ready in the kitchen for the dishwasher, and there's an extra piece of meat on my daughter's plate, and I threw it on the floor. I'm gonna have to pick that up. Yeah, we're dogless. We got no dogs. All good though. All good. We're getting through. What helps me get through? Music. Each and every time, music. As I always flash up here, enjoy the now, people. Enjoy the now. Before we get into the new music, I do want to highlight, I do have a couple playlists on brentevans.net to Spotify. First one is for New Music Friday. Anything that I talk about or think about, I put together into one list for that week. But there's another list out there. My wife found, it's called Black and White Film. And we play this playlist through Spotify. And whenever people are over, it never fails. They're like, what mix is this? And it's not our mix. It's Spotify's. It's called Black and White Film, and they describe it as feels like falling in love in the 50s. And it's just truly happy music. You do. I every time that it is on for myself as well, I just there's a song that comes on. I was like, oh yeah, that's a nice one. I like that. Helps pull me through whatever. The links are at brentevans.net. All right, let's make this official. New Music Friday is upon us. I talked about this band last week, Maneskin, and they dropped a new single last week called Gossip, and that featured the guitarist Tom Morello from the band Rage Against the Machine. But today we get a full album drop. It's called Rush, and I truly believe that I have my first new favorite album of 2023. I've already listened to it all. Just about an hour of music, 17 songs. Today, the song Baby Said is being pushed, and I sort of think that you get like a Maroon 5, Adam Levine type of sound going on.
Baby said, let me taste your silhouette. You can talk between my legs.
Little naughty in there, just a little bit naughty in there. I like it though. It's rock and roll. Again, the album is called Rush, and the band is called Maneskin. Next up, Boygenius. They're back together. A little super group that they are. Released 3 new songs this past week, and it's for their upcoming album. And I like this. The album is called The Record. The Record. Comes out March 31st. But again, 3 songs today you can go and listen to. And I went with the one that has Phoebe Bridgers on vocals. That one is called Emily, I'm Sorry.
Make it up as we go along. I'm 27 and I don't know who I am.
Interesting line emphasizing the age of 27. You see, we lost Kurt Cobain at the age of 27. Speaking of Kurt, his band Nirvana appeared many, many years ago, moons ago, whatever you want to call it, on the cover of Rolling Stone. Boygenius recreated that same cover. Well done, Boygenius. Well done. This past week, the band The National announced their next album release, which is called First Two Pages of Frankenstein. We get the whole thing on April 28th, but today we have Tropic Morning News.
I was suffering more than I let on. The Tropic Morning News was on. There's nothing stopping me now.
I'm a huge fan of their sound. I'm really looking forward to good things from that band this year. Also, a summer tour. I really hope I get there. That'd be awesome to catch them. Again, that's The National. Definitely go check them out. And a little side note, Phoebe Bridgers of Boygenius appears on 3 of the songs on that upcoming album. Phoebe's everywhere. She's actually going to be on the tour with Taylor Swift for several of the dates. Everywhere, that girl. Okay, lastly, back in December, Metallica returned to the scene with their first new song in more than 6 years. Today, we get number 2, Screaming Suicide.
Keep me inside. My name is Suicide.
That's Metallica. In its entirety and arriving April 14th, their new album, 72 Seasons. That same month, they kick off a tour in Europe for a bunch of North American dates later this year. I think it's in the summer. Well, it just says later this year. That is your New Music Friday. Many thanks to Spotify, Rolling Stone, Apple Music, You Discover Music, Pitchfork. I know there's more, but many thanks to them for helping me spew out the knowledge that I do for this new music. Remember, anything I talk about, BrentEvans.net, newsletter, sign up at BrentEvans.net, and let's just get into quote of the day. Sometimes I just need somebody to tell me a bunch of ideas I don't like, so that I can figure out what it is I actually want. Phoebe Bridgers. A Boygenius or solo, whatever it is, but I totally agree with that. If I'm in a group of people, whether we're brainstorming for some project or brainstorming on what are we going to eat tonight, typically I'm not the first one to say anything. Typically I can go with the flow. But if people start saying certain things and I'm just like, that's junk. I'm just like, I better say something because I don't want to do that, or I don't think that's a good idea. And then I build upon it, try and, elaborate or push them in another direction. So totally in on that Phoebe Bridgers quote. As always, enjoy the now, enjoy the weekend, make good choices, all that good stuff. I'll be back at you on Monday, and I can't wait.